What is going on, everyone? Thank you for being here for IndieSoup Media Sneak Peek Week. My name is Tachi. I am the founder and one of the producers at IndieSoup Media. And do we have some content for you? We've got all sorts of content to fill every type of need and want that you should want. And we have one of the creators, one of the fantastic creators right next to me. And her name is Gwendolyn. What she's going to do is introduce herself to you and talk a little bit about what her show on IndieSoup Media is going to be like. Welcome, Gwen.
Hello, hello. Dr. Tachi, hello. Yes, my name is Gwendolyn G.R. Houston-Jack. People simply call me G. So we just keep it easy. Just G. People are like, what up,
Just
G?
G.
Just G.
What up, G? Or like on Will and Grace, Jack had a show called Just Jack. You are Just G.
Yes. Yeah. I probably should have done Just G, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So the name of my show, because that could be something else. The name of this show is Ladies Listen Up. And so what I'm really doing during this 30 minutes segment is really talking about the experience of Black women in a variety of settings. We're talking about our relationships. We're talking about our work environments. We're also looking at us as individuals. Now, granted, some of these experiences are across the board as a woman. And then there are other things that really do impact Black women specifically. So it is 30 minutes of information. We are digging into all the things from marriage, finances, and religion. We are going there. It's going to be a really great season.
You're going there. Religion, that's going to be an interesting one.
You know it.
That it can be contentious and it can also be great, but there are conversations that need to be had. Tell the audience why they should watch your show as opposed to others, because let's be frank, there are other shows that deal with topics related to women, specific to women. What makes you different?
What makes this show different is that we're not only going to just look at society as a whole, but we dig into some of the hidden messages that are there and also breaking what I consider tradition, right? A lot of us just simply follow the line from our grandmother to our mother and so on and so forth. But we're at a place now where we can speak about some of these topics that we've never talked about before in a very open and friendly setting. Money is a huge one. People hate talking about money, but we got to talk about the money. And how are you when you're in your workplace? How do you make sure you are negotiating the right salary for you? If you're an entrepreneur, how do you do that? But let's flip it. Let's talk about money with your partner. Do you pool those funds together? Do you have separate accounts? Is it okay to have your own account that your partner knows about versus, well, I have this hidden fund? Why are we hiding things, right? So we like to sort of go right at the nest. I like to kick a hornet's nest. I don't know what it's about. Because, if you talk about religion, and if I may just go ahead and put it out there, the relationship between religion and Black women, and it sometimes feels very predatory. We want to talk about those things. So we're looking at how we are living life now compared to before, and we're giving people a space to really just share their thoughts and leave with maybe a different perspective than what they tuned in with.
Well, this is very interesting. So how are we living life now differently than our mothers and grandmothers did? What are you finding through your conversations with other women?
It's choice. A lot of it is choice. Like, I don't have kids. I have kids through marriage. But the idea that, one, I should be someone's mother, that I should be someone's elder, setting the pace or the tone for some young girl somewhere, or that I should be keeping house for my partner, or that I should be this giver. I should focus on everyone else but myself. I should pour from an empty cup. I don't know who wrote those rules. Don't know who wrote them. But we are rewriting all the things that when I become a mother, God forbid if I walk out in my most attractive attire because, well, you're a mother and mothers don't do those things, that I should lose my identity when I decide to have kids. I don't know where that came from. But we have choices now. There are more options. And we're just
Go
excited
ahead and say
to
that
we're
again.
excited to
Go
get
ahead
into
and say that again.
it.
Yeah,
That
no,
we
no,
have
no. Go
options
ahead
now?
and say that again.
We have options. We have options now. There are so many options. When people talk about that, you could be your ancestors' dream. Well, I'm not really even sure if that's possible. I don't know what my ancestors dreamed of, but you know what? It's not my job to worry about what someone else's dream was. Right? Like my father talked about, you're going to get married and do this and do this. It's like, yeah, Gwendolyn's not doing any of that. I don't want kids. I want to travel the world. As a matter of fact, I want to be George Clooney. I'm just gonna put it out there for you. I figured I could just be this bachelorette. Have let me not say it, but there were thoughts. There was a thought for a different life for Gwendolyn. I didn't want that life, and there are so many
Wow.
more women, young and old, who are redefining what it means to get older, what it means to look like 50, 60, 70, what it means to be a mother, that you don't have to lose yourself in your child. You can still be your
Right.
individual self. You can still show up whole in all of your relationships. Who said that has to go away because you now have a child?
But how do you deal with and how what, I'm sure these are some of the things that you're going to be talking about on the show,
Mhm.
but bring it out here. How do you deal with that level of guilt for not living, or if anybody has that level of guilt for not living up to what societal expectations are, for choosing not to have children,
Mhm.
for any of the things that you're doing that are not in line with what women are supposed to do? How do you get over that guilt or that feeling that something's not quite right?
Well, now I am not a counselor. However, I am a coach, right?
Okay.
And so we like to give people examples of resources where they can just start rewriting their story, unlearning what they've learned. I will tell you that there is nothing more freeing than saying, today is my day to live life the way I choose to live it, to love the skin that I am in. And if anybody doesn't like it, they can just kick rocks. But that takes work. And so we like to give people ideas of where they can go and start this journey. It takes not only just work, it takes a lot of courage, because when you go outside the line, I mean, think about kindergarten where they tell kids you should color inside the line, and the sky is not green. We kill all the creativity. To get it back as an adult, to figure out who you are, to start loving yourself first, right? Defining what that looks like, defining your idea of beauty. We give people ideas of what they could do. We always recommend working with a therapist or a counselor, but there are some simple things you can do for yourself right here, right now, to get that started and just live your greatness. Like, Gwendolyn is beautiful. Like, we have been beautiful like a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So when people are like, oh my God, you're cute. Well, I'm cute every day. Hello. You ain't got to tell me that. I already knew that. But we want women across the board to feel great about living that life. I don't know about you, Dr. Tachi, but we were always told that you should speak when spoken to, right? You pretty much dim your light. You stay in the background. To unlearn that and come out full steam ahead and smoking, girl, man, it's a beautiful journey. It's a
It's a
beautiful,
beautiful thing.
beautiful journey.
One other question before we kind of wrap this up. Where is that line between being respectful of
Mm,
others and their
mhm.
experiences and you being your full self?
That's a great question because I have a shirt. I mean, I don't think I'm allowed to use vulgarities here, but I have a
Yes.
shirt that says in so many words, zero fudge given. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there for you. But my husband's like, are you going to wear that shirt? So with any situation, especially with communication, we do talk about using a filter. This is
Mm,
not wearing a mask where you put on a whole nother persona. You may change the way you walk and talk depending on what social circle you're interacting with. This is learning your filter. I would never wear it around my mama. She's a retired minister. We're not going to do those things. I'm not crazy. Like, but if I'm out doing my thing, then I am wearing my thing. right? If my husband's like, well, I don't know, Gwendolyn, I'm not so sure. This is not my husband telling me what to wear, although he has tried. God bless him. He's tried. But it's just, when do you know, okay, depending on where I'm going, what is the filter I should probably work with? Because there are some people that you can live and be authentic, show up as your whole entire self and have a filter. And then there are those who are, in my opinion, putting on this mask and doing the ultra, doing the ultimate because they are still seeking attention. Those are not the same thing, right? So we do talk about, how do you use your filter that doesn't still dim you as a person? There is a way to not offend those that you're around, but just be aware. That's that next level of emotional intelligence. We kind of hint on that too, because we do know some people who can talk about emotional intelligence, self awareness, being empathetic, and really growing your communication so that when people look at you as a Black woman and say, oh my God, you're a little aggressive, you're a little intimidating. You know how to say, you know what, I appreciate you feeling the way you feel. However, I am not your emotional mule, not today. But we give great
Mm,
words to do those things. We
mm.
understand
Wow.
graciousness.
Wow. Well, I'm already excited about your show. It hasn't even debuted yet, and I'm already excited. But she also does some things on YouTube. Tell them really quickly the two shows you have on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So we love small businesses. I am a small business owner. I love celebrating other people. That is my genuine way of creating joy for myself and others. If
Mhm.
somebody's winning, I'm winning too. We can all win. So we have Small Biz Bites, where it spotlights other small business owners, gives them a platform to share what they're doing with their community and whomever. So we love doing that. And then also, because again, I like to stir up the dust, there is a show that is titled Girl, Listen. And we go all in for some cultural things, right? It is still more about women from our perspective, but we do again like to stir up the pot. We talk about cancel culture, but also grace and mercy, because we're human. We're human. And I don't know about y'all, but my glass house, I need to clean these windows before I throw any stones out of it. So.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic. So she's got two other shows that we want you to check out. And of course, the show that is coming. Tell us the name of the show again.
Ladies, listen up.
Ladies, listen up. And that actually is going to be taking place. I'll tell you right now. Ladies, listen up will be on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. on IndieSoup, and we'll be launching very soon. So you could get your fill and more of Gwendolyn J.R. Houston Jack. Am I right?
It's the longest name known to man. So I
Okay.
kid you not, I go by GRH Jack.
GRH Jack. All right, but some people call her G. So we'll
That's
be
G.
looking forward to seeing just G on Indie Soup Media. Thank you so much, Gwendolyn, for coming on and speaking with us today. And we can't wait to see what you do on the network.
Thank you.